Hello and welcome. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and we shall make a start. Okay, can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I live? Okay, I don't seem to be getting any messages, so let me just bear with me a second.
Jav, we can see and hear you.
Okay, if you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box. I am not sure what is wrong with my internet today, but if you can see me, thank you, Armina, Nicole, Dan, thank you, and welcome to the call, Fiola. And also, please let me know where you are from. So just bear with me while I just set up my internet. Kenya, wow, we have Kenya in the house. We have Leicester in the house. London, Fiola, welcome from Surrey, Manchester. Another person from Kenya, Halima from Manchester. Okay, welcome everyone to the call. My name is Dr. Jav. It's great to see you all today. Just bear with me while I just fix my settings and let me know how you all are today. We've got an amazing lineup for you today on this wonderful Monday evening. Today, Mandeep is feeling great. Welcome, Mandeep, to the call. And I'm not sure what's wrong with my internet today, but if it cuts out, don't worry about it. I'll be back on straight away. So again, I can't see my screen, so just bear with me a second. I'll put my screen back on. And yeah, we've had an amazing day today. And today we're going to talk about primarily, it's for those of you that are building the business. So we're going to talk about inviting, how to invite people, how to handle objections, and also energy, your energy, certainly in the marketplace. So obviously we all know that we need high energy to move forward in the business. And Mandeep's on the call today as well. So Mandeep, are you on the call today? Let me just see if Mandeep's on the call.
Yes, Dr. Jav, I'm here, ready to rock and roll.
Okay, that's better. I'm not sure what's wrong with my internet today. It seems to be cutting out. But Mandeep, if you go ahead and take the call away, and then we'll see how we get on.
Sure, that sounds amazing. So welcome everyone. I'm super excited to be here. I'm literally buzzing because, you know, April is going to bring a lot of, you know, sort of fire, momentum, overflow, and I'm just so super excited. So what Dr. Jav and I decided to do was to actually get everybody on this call. I would definitely suggest that you take a picture of this right now and send it in your WhatsApp groups, because this will encourage other people to come on and, you know, to help you and your businesses. Now, I don't know how many people in this call saw Jay's video. Okay, Jay Palmer, our Chairman 10, he's just 20 years old. He's a six-figure earner, but he was talking about, you know, why don't we all set a goal to, you know, sponsor 10 people in the month of April. Now, some people on this call are probably sitting there freaking out thinking, oh my God, 10 people, really? I've not even got one or two, or I've just started. And other people might be thinking, well, actually, yeah, I can do that. So one of the purposes for this call was in line with that video. It's all about helping us to prospect people, number one. And the other thing I'm going to be going through is objection handling, because you know what, we're a business. And sometimes you will get people saying things to you like, oh, I can't really afford it, or I don't have time, or so how do you speak to those people? Now, Alex Morton, I mean, I don't know how many people were on the Leadership Academy on Saturday. If you're in the Leadership Academy and you had a blast, I want you to put some 999s in the chat box and some fire in that chat box. Let's light that up. I want to see who was on the Leadership Academy on Saturday. Oh my God, it was amazing. Just over a 6-hour blitz. And, you know, it was just crazy. I mean, the speakers that were on the lineup was fantastic. And, you know, I'm so pleased that we're partnered up with this platform, because again, it rejuvenates you. You feel amazing. You feel great that massive things are happening. And when Alex Morton came on, who's our keynote speaker, he spoke about how momentum starts with us. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to say, if you haven't already got a notepad and a pen, you might want to grab one right now, because the thing is, a lot of the stuff on the screen that I'm going to share, it's not necessarily written down, or it's not on the screen. It won't be on the presentation. So do definitely get yourself a notepad and a pen. But look, momentum starts with us. Because one of the key things that Alex Morton spoke about was that, a lot of the times in the business, when we're in the business, we're thinking, okay, I want my team to grow more. I want them to recruit more. I want them to do more presentations and do more videos. And I really wish this person could just get a few more people. And you know what? Ultimately, it all starts with us. We are the momentum creators. So I know probably nearly every single person on here is looking to gather a couple of customers, or even build a business. So if you're a business builder, let me be totally honest with you today. You don't have to put your answers in the chat box, by the way. You can answer this yourself. Today's the 5th. I was going to say 4th. It's the 5th of April today. What did you do today towards your business? Write it down. Seriously, let's have a proper chat and a conversation today. What did you do for your business today so far? How many messages did you send? In fact, let's go through this today. What did you do for your business today? Question number 2, how many messages did you send to prospects today? And remember, you can't lie to yourself, okay? Only use reading this. Some of you are, Daniel, yeah, you put your stuff in the chat box, your answers in the chats, but have an honest conversation with you. If on one hand you're saying, I want to build a business, I want to earn residual income, I want to do something fantastic, well, let's have a conversation. How many messages did you send to prospects today? Question number 3, how many presentations have you done so far? I mean, we're only sort of maybe halfway through the day, or a bit more after that. It's 6 o'clock in the evening in the UK. But how many presentations did you do today? The markets are closed. Obviously, it's a bank holiday. So that doesn't mean we don't do anything, especially for those of us building the business. But what did you do towards your business? And again, referring to my earlier point, momentum starts with us. We are the momentum creators. So write this down as an affirmation. I've done the same. I am a momentum creator. Write it down. I am a momentum creator, because the more that you feed your mind with the affirmations and the things that you want to see in your business, the bigger and better your business is going to grow. And it's just insane. Let me tell you a quick story before I share my presentation. A couple of weeks ago, I kept repeating the following affirmations to myself. I was writing it down in my gratitude journal, and I kept saying, momentum is here. Ranks are popping in my business. Momentum is here. Ranks are popping. I'm so excited. That week, ladies and gents, I'll say a couple of weeks following that, writing it down in the gratitude journal, in my organization, 5 ranks popped all in 1 week. How do you explain that? Seriously, it's all in the word. Remember that whatever you're saying to yourself is what's going to come to fruition. And this is why impatience, frustration, sort of getting annoyed at the little things, don't sweat the small stuff. Look at your business and say what you want to see, not what's happening. Because right now it might be a situation where you've not made money through Forex, or someone's left the team, or someone was about to sign up and then didn't. Do not sweat the small stuff. Don't focus on that. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you're saying, the power of the tongue. Remember, that's really important. Momentum is here. It's the month of overflow. It's the month of acceleration. I'm excited for April. Write down what you want to see. At the beginning of this call, we spoke about, 10 customers. So write it down. I'm so happy and grateful. I have registered 10 plus customers in my business. I'm so happy and grateful I'm presenting every day. I'm so happy and grateful I'm creating momentum. What is it you want to see? And your homework, yes, I do give homework. Okay, your homework tonight is to write up 3 affirmations, okay? 3 affirmations to say to yourself every morning and every evening for the month of April. So if you understood that, I want you to put number 3 in the chat box right there. 3 affirmations, okay? So you might use some of the ones that I've said, you might use your own. So if you're on board with that, put a number 3 in the chat box. I want to see who's taking this seriously. I'm a momentum creator. Yep, 100%. Fantastic. So these 3, you are going to commit. In fact, not you, we are going to commit, myself, Dr. Jav, every single person in this call, we're going to commit to saying these affirmations to ourselves every single day, the first thing in the morning and the last thing in the evening. Because remember, everything is in the power of the word. Whatever we're saying, we are creating all the time, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, that force is always there. Okay, so that's a bit about the mindset covered. Feeling good all the time is a very key point. And even in your business, okay, even in your business, having that feeling and creation all the time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at prospecting and building your business as well as handling objections. If you can see my screen, ladies and gents, do put number 2 in that chat box and then we can definitely start. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So if you can see my screen, that would be good. Okay, perfect, amazing. So let's go straight into it. I will pause this from time to time just to check the chat box so that we're all on the same page. So any questions, do put it in the chat right there. So where do I find prospects? Where do I find prospects? Anywhere and everywhere is the answer. Okay. Now the first point is your warm list. Who do you know? Who do you know in your warm list? You will have friends, you will have family, parents, siblings, cousins, relatives, occupational contacts. You will know people. Whatever your age, okay, whatever your age, apparently, I can't remember where I read this actually, but by the age of 18, well, an 18-year-old knows an average of over 2,000 people. Even though they might not know the names or the full names exactly, you know an average of 2,000 people. So build a list of VIPs. I mean, in the brackets I've written SAMs. What is a SAM? A SAM stands for switched on, ambitious, and motivated people. I mean, you're all on this call. You are all a SAM. You're switched on, you're ambitious, you're motivated. You want to do something. You want to build something for yourself. So who's like you? Every person in this call, you are a SAM. So who are your SAMs? Find them, write their names down, and let's speak to them. Next, this is a biggie. Okay, this is big, and it has been big since March of 2020 last year because everything went online. Everything went on social media. So look, we've got to have very active social medias, ladies and gents, because look, if we want to build that business, if we want to put ourselves out there, you have to share what you are doing on social media. Because, you know, and I remember speaking to one of the leaders a couple of weeks ago. I said, look, if you've got nothing on your social media, your Snapchat, your WhatsApp status, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your shop is closed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your shop is closed because how are people supposed to know that you're an active, not just business builder, but a woman empowerer or, you know, a guy or a gal that does Forex if you're not advertising it on your page? And it's not necessary, by the way, that you have to advertise, hello, I'm doing Forex. Advertise your lifestyle. Say something about yourself. Make a video. Do something that's going to inspire people. So using your social media is very, very important. Taprooting. What is taprooting? Taprooting, if you have a team, and a team even consists of just one person, but ask the question, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know are the four most powerful words that you can use in your business? Because every person has a massive source of contacts and it's all about tapping into them. Okay. So ask the question, who do you know, Mary? So Dr. Jav, look, you know, who is it that you know? Come on, let's help you get 2 and 3. Let's help you build a team if that's what you want to do. If not, I'm pretty confident you don't want to pay the monthly fee. Let's write out your list. Who else do you know that needs an income in 2021? Who else do you know that is struggling and, you know, who wants to expand their income options? There's so many words and sentences that you can say to help you to do that. International and national expansion. Do not think that your city is the only city where you can build. Okay, just because you live in Leicester or Stockholm or Sweden or, I don't know, Scotland or the Midlands, London, that's not the only place where we can build. We can build international. For example, the UK team is an international expansion of David and Minitier's team. Okay, we are part of David and Minitier's team. David lives in he lives in the USA, in Houston, Texas, but his whole other team is one of his legs is here in the UK. So he's expanded internationally outside of his country. Eventbrite is something else that you can do. Eventbrite is actually a free website, Okay, you don't have to, it doesn't cost you anything to make an account, but you can basically advertise any Zoom calls that you're doing as online events on Eventbrite. Okay, if we get time, I might go through this at the end. If not, then we'll cover that on another session. But Eventbrite is something that you can do. Networking events. Now, of course, everything is going to start opening up, thankfully, in the next few weeks to months in the UK. And so get out there and network. Meet people. It doesn't mean you have to formally book, a big gala dinner or anything like that, but you can network anywhere. It could be in a queue. It could be, when you go to the salon, maybe ladies, you're getting your hair cut, maybe you're getting your nails done, which I can't wait for, by the way. I can't wait to get the nails done. But the thing is, speak to your nail technician, speak to your butcher, speak to anyone and everyone who you have contact with every day. So, networking events will eventually start up, but that's another thing that you can add, another string to your bow that you can definitely add. And I've already been through this just now, but speak to them. On the screen right there, it says Marriott Hotel example. So one of the days, this was last year or even probably the year before, ages ago, but I remember sitting in the hotel lobby. I was, doing my meetings, having a cup of coffee. And I remember one of the ladies who was, serving me the coffee and having a bit of a chat with. And by the end of the evening, I built up quite a rapport with her. So I thought, you know what, why not to have a chat with her about the opportunity and if she keeps her income options open. And I had a chat with her and I said, look, your service has been amazing today. What's a person like you doing in a place like this? And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, your service is amazing. You know what, you'd be really great for a business that I'm involved in. It's actually a project, and I think you'd be fantastic. Do you keep your income options open? And she said, oh, thanks. Yeah, I do. And we got talking, we got chatting, and she signed up in the business. And that's what it's all about. It's about complimenting people, having that confidence. And, it wasn't like I went up to her cold turkey and saying, hey, do you want to be part of my Forex business? Because trust me, that does not work. It's about building a relationship and rapport over time. So that's that example right there. Now we're going to have a look at 3 different ways to invite people today: the help approach, hot button approach, just ask, and other approaches. You might be thinking, I have no idea what any of these mean, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to go through each and every single one of them to see if that's going to help you. So let me just double check. Yeah, that's fine. Jav, that's fine, no problem. Perfect, amazing. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so this is the help approach, which you can ask your warm market, especially when you're first, come into the business. Ask for help, and there's a script right there. Take a picture of it, write it down. Now, this is based on you calling people, okay? Because you're not always gonna, speak to people in person when you're inviting them to have a look at the business. So you get your phone and say, hey, Isha, how's it going? Listen, it's just a quick call. I'm starting a new business. I'm really excited about it. It's about making extra money, and I need to practice my presentation skills. Would it be okay to pop over today or tomorrow just to show you this so you can help me? Now, this is a very non-intrusive way because some people might be shy. With me, I'm probably not a shy person. And I just prefer to ask people direct, look, do you keep your income options open? Yes or no, But for some people, they probably prefer, okay, I'm not quite sure. I want to ask the person, but I want to ask the person, but I want them to have a look at it at the same time. So this is for you on the call. You'll know who you are, and you can use that because let's face it, if you ask someone for help, it's very unlikely they're going to say, nah, I'm all right, thanks. I can't help you, sorry. It's very unlikely that they're going to say that to you. So just ask for help, get them to take a look at the business. And again, if you're texting people, you can use that script. So it's pretty much the same script. Now, this really depends on you as a person, but some people on this call, you might prefer to call people. Some of you might prefer to text. Now, I'm a bit old school, so I prefer to call. I'm very sort of, I'm all about urgency, okay? So for me, the quickest way to get a response for someone is to pick up the phone and say, hey, how's it going? Listen, it's just a quick one. So for me, I just find that easy, direct, easy, call them, job done. Whereas a text is more passive. So it means that there's going to be more time lag for the prospect to respond to you. So if that's the case, then, definitely you can call them. But if you're not comfortable calling, use that text example. And these are the key things when you're making a call. If you are going to call them, make sure it's a quick call. Ladies and gents, I remember doing a practice with one of the team members and she tripped over her words. So she started asking about the family. Okay, so how's the dog? Okay, so how's it go? And I said, no. And then she kind of lost it towards the end because she forgot the purpose of the call. And the purpose of the call is it's a quick call. You sound excited. You're buzzing. You're saying, look, this is all about you have to take a look at this. Trust me, if you're someone who's calling people, excitement is what's going to get them onto the presentation. That's literally it. It doesn't matter what you say necessarily. It's all about the excitement. If you're literally like buzzing and you're like, you have to take a look at this, come on. I'm like literally going through my list. Isha, listen, I've got something to show you. It is amazing. It's a great way of earning an extra income. I can't stand the phone too long, but let's meet for a coffee. And in lockdown, you would meet for a coffee. So you'd say, let's get on a Zoom. What's good for you? 2 or 4 tomorrow? 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, take a pick. That's it. Give them alternatives, and that's how you do it. So that's the help approach. What's another approach? Hot button approach. Now, I love this because this is actually related to a person's why. Their hot button refers to their why. And this is a very powerful approach because this is related to a person's internal need to want to achieve goals. And different people have different goals. And you've got to ask questions to find out what their hot button is. So, you might be speaking to someone, you might have met a friend for a coffee, you might be on the phone, you might be on the Zoom to them, just catching up. And you might say, okay, listen, Shah, how's things going your end? God, yeah, it's been, yeah, I understand. It's been a pretty tough year, isn't it? So what are you doing for work these days? Oh, okay. Yeah, you did tell me about that shop. Yeah. How's that going? Yeah, I can imagine business is quite tight. You going on any holidays this year? Lockdown is lifting, and you planning anything this year? And that's a way, just chat to people. And more importantly, listen. That's very, very important, to listen to what they're saying. But, this is an example that I used when I was in the corporate world, by the way. So when I was building the business on the side of my job in the early days, this is one of the things that I used. So I spoke to a lady, I think she was about maybe, 3-4 months into her pregnancy. And I said, look, I know we spoke about maternity leave the other day and you're worried about the pay. Might be able to help you with that. Let's meet for a coffee. And that was it. I didn't tell her that it was Forex. I didn't tell her about HFX. I didn't say, woo, crypto. I didn't want to scare her, basically. Some people might ask you, by the way, well, what is it? Feel free to tell them. Tell them it's to do with Forex and crypto, one of the largest markets on the planet. You want to take a look at this. Not do you want to take a look? You definitely want to see this because you want to create FOMO. What is FOMO? Fear of missing out. So the thing is, when you create that, they're not going to want to miss out. They're going to think, okay, I want to know more. What is it? So it's all, remember, again, this is all to do with our excitement. Okay. The more excited we are, the more it's going to, people are going to think, I need a piece of that pie. I need a piece of that cake. Tell me more. So it's all about creating that curiosity. And then this is my favorite approach. Just ask a question. And there's quite a lot of text on the screen right there, but I'm going to summarize it. So you're literally just asking the person, this is for your warm list, by the way. Again, you're going through your warm contacts. Hey, let me actually find a name on the call. Just a second. Let's see who's on the call. Okay. Hi, Simon. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Yasmin. Okay, there's quite a few. Okay, let's do Yasmin. Okay. Hey, Yasmin. How's it going? Listen, I've just started a new business. It's about making money. You have to take a look at this. Let's have a chat. Are you free for a Zoom today or tomorrow? Just ask the question. You're my friend. Yasmin, you're my friend. I want to speak to you about a project. Now, all these things I'm saying are not necessarily written down, but just ask the person to take a look at the presentation. Because ultimately, look, we've got several presentations going on this week. And in fact, there's one tonight in 30 minutes where our chairmans are going to be presenting the business. These chairmans are very... Oh, okay, hang on. I've got to make sure I'm not making any income claims here. So let me just think how I'm going to phrase this. They know their business very well, is what I'm trying to say. They know how to build a business. They have over, sort of 5,000 customers, group customers in their businesses. So they know a thing or two about, bringing people into the business. Why not to speak to your contact list and say, look, we've got a business presentation by a very top earner. You want to take a look. He's in his 20s. He's a 6-figure earner. You need to take a look at this. Are you available today or tomorrow, 7 o'clock? Just ask the question. What is the worst someone can say to you if you ask the question? The worst they can say is, I'm all right, thanks. Who cares? It's okay. Because listen, this is not your loss, this is their loss, unfortunately, if they don't even take a look. So don't be pressured by the fact that, you know, you got to get that particular person on a call, because look, the more you work through your list, the better it's going to be. So we've been through 4 approaches there, and these are other phrases that you can use, all of which I love, by the way. I love these phrases. So in the last 10 years, with the amount of money that's thrown through your bank account, how much did you make on that? I can show you a way where you can multiply money every day from the comfort of your phone or home, however you want to phrase it. How soon can we get together for a coffee? How soon can we get together for a Zoom? I made this presentation pre-lockdown. So obviously it's all geared towards meetings and meeting in person. But look, if we're in the Zoom virtual world at the moment, swap the words. How soon can we meet for a coffee Zoom or for a virtual? You know, let's have a bit of a chat. What if I can show you a way to earn extra income without it affecting your current commitments? And you can text these phrases, by the way, to even people on social media. What if I could show you a way to earn an extra income without it affecting your current commitments? And I use this phrase a lot on LinkedIn, by the way, because LinkedIn, there's a lot of professional people on there, and they're always looking for extra ways to earn an income, but they don't necessarily want it to affect their jobs. So this is a very, very good way. I love the next one. What if I could show you a way to make more money than you're currently making? And you can say that with confidence, because look, in this platform, we help people to make really good money. The products work. This is why we have 500,000 customers on the platform. You know, you give me a business model that has over 500,000 customers, happy customers that are active, by the way. They're not inactive customers. These are active paying customers that are really enjoying the platform. They're doing crypto, HFX, they're doing e-commerce, they're building the business, they're doing Forex currencies. I mean, it's a solution to a world-class problem. I absolutely think this business is truly amazing. And finally, do you keep your income options open? That's it. Jav, do you keep your income options open? Yes. Okay, great. I want to run something past you. Jav, do you keep your income options open? No, I'm all right, thanks. Okay, no problem. Move on. So that's just it. It's all about getting the presentation in front of as many people as possible. So I hope that's really helped everyone. And one of the things that we're going to finish off with is handling objections, because a lot of the times people are going to come to you and say a few things, a few objections. And I remember these, you know, again, in the early days, and you get to handle them. By the way, top tip, do not get flustered when people say, you know, ask you an objection. If they're asking you something, don't get flustered. It's absolutely no problem. I'm going to give you the answers right here. So if someone says to you, oh, is it a pyramid scheme? You can give them the answer. A pyramid scheme has no products or services, but we do. A pyramid scheme is literally where you're just getting the money off someone and there's no product. So it's like me saying to you, give me $235. Okay, thanks, bye. But I don't give you a platform. I don't give you any services. There's no products. Here, our product is the services. Our product is the education. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, the official name is MLM, multi-level marketing, which has produced more millionaires than any other industry. Would you like to know more? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, how amazing is that going to be when you say that to them? That's literally it. And guess what, ladies and gents? A pyramid scheme probably wouldn't last more than 6 to 12 months. We've been going for 7 years. We're going into our 8th year this year in 2021. So please do make that clear to your prospects. If they're saying to you it's a pyramid scheme, absolutely no. And in fact, the interesting thing is, you can throw the question back at them. Is this a pyramid scheme? I don't know. What do you understand by a pyramid scheme, John? Throw the question back at them so that gets them thinking. Okay. Objection number two, I don't have the time. I want to make a lot of money, Mandy, but I do not have the time. So how are you gonna combat that? Well, first of all, explore the person's why. Because look, the sad news is, ladies and gents, people cannot make more time, but they can prioritize things. You can't add on an extra hour in your day, whether you like it or not, whether we like it or not. We all have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. We can't add or subtract hours. Well, not that we're going to want to subtract time, but we can't add on time. So say, look, this is, and again, it depends on who the prospect is, but have a chat with them. Say, look, you were in the same position last year and you're still in the same position this year. This is like if you're talking to a friend, by the way, you've got to be careful who you're talking to. You can't say this to someone that you don't really know, but have an honest conversation and say, look, do you genuinely want to create more time? Because I know last year you were struggling with time, you couldn't really see your children, and you're still in the same boat. So why don't you have a look at what I'm doing to help you create more time and money? Look, let's just be honest. I'm having a chat with you. And I loved what Justin Beltran is another one of our Platinum 5000s in the business all the way in Australia. And I don't know if you remember this, but in the last Leadership Academy, I still remember this. He said, when someone says to him, I don't have the time, does anybody remember what his answer was? Well, I remember it clear as day. His answer was, you don't have the time. Well, how long do you want to have that problem for? And I thought, love it, love it, love it, love it. How long do you want to have that problem for? Because that's a big problem. You don't have time. You don't have time to see your kids. You don't have time to see your wife. You don't have time to see, you don't have time to go on holiday. Like, what kind of, that does not make sense. How long do you want to have that problem for? Oh, wow. Okay. And immediately it gets the prospect's attention to think, oh my God, like that is a problem. I do not have time. Okay. So get clever with what you're saying to them. I don't have the money. Mandy, love the products. Don't have the money. What do I do? What do I actually, what am I going to do? Well, split it with friends. And I've actually said this to people before. Why don't you split it with a friend and go halves, or split it with 5 friends? But then again, it's also about priorities. What are you willing to give up so you can join? How much do you spend on takeaways a month, John? Why don't you put that towards your fee? Instead of buying that takeout every week or every other day or whatever it is you're doing, why don't you prioritize this for a month and see where it gets you financially? What are you spending a month on the things that you don't really necessarily need and you're paying for them? What are you willing to give up to join? Have an honest conversation with them. Say, look, a couple of £100 a month or a couple of $100 a month, where could that get you in 12 months, in 6 months? Because look, this is going to help you long term. Okay, so that's all about the objections. I don't know if anybody else has any other objections that they want me to go through in the next couple of minutes. If you do, or you have any other questions, comments, then do feel free to put them in that chat box. And lasting thoughts, ladies and gents, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Okay, you are right. Because remember, you might have seen this presentation. I thought, yeah, I'm ready to go, but I'm scared and I couldn't do it with that much confidence. You are right. Remember what I said, everything is in the power of the tongue. Whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. You have to dominate your space. You have to dominate your business. You have to be that power man or power woman, however you want to say it. You've got to be that person for your business that people look up to and say, you know what, I want to do business with her because she knows what she's talking about. She has that posture. She has that confidence. I want to be a part of her business. And finally, where there is no vision, the people perish. And the reason why I included that is because what is your vision for your life? What is your vision? People are going to be bought into your vision. They're not going to be bought in by, okay, you know what, I'm going to use the harmonic scanner and this yellow pattern is going to make me money. That's not inspiring. The products do make us money, yes, but what is your vision for your life? Is it that you want to help charities? Is it that you want to help retire your parents? Is it that you want more time with your children? Is it that you want to, you never have to worry about maternity pay ever again because you want to do Forex full time? Is it that you want to travel worldwide helping other communities? What is your ultimate vision for your life that's going to help inspire other people? Okay, so ladies and gents, I really appreciate your time. I hope that was helpful. And let's make it work. I've got a couple of questions which I'll answer now. So someone's asked me, Amy has said, what if the person asks you how much you have money in the industry? What would you say? So Amy, I don't know how new you are in the business, but if someone asks you how much money you've made, this is what I said when I first started, because you don't need to lie. You don't need to lie to anyone about your figures. When I first started in the business, if a person said to me, well, how much have you made? I said, that's a really good question. I've actually just started, but I'm working with someone. Okay, you're new. Perfect. That's fine. I'm new. Let me pick a name. I'm new, Bree. Okay, Bree's asked me that question. You know what, Bree? I'm actually new to this course, to this platform, but I'm working with someone who's in their 20s earning 6 figures. Would you like to know more? And of course they're going to say yes. Okay, like, come on, how many 20-year-olds or, you know, people in their 20s, that are earning 6 figures? That's what I used to do. I used to ask Takir to help me. I used to leverage your leaders to get them on the call, because they have the results that you don't. You don't need to, in order to promote this business, you do not need to be making 4, 5, 6, 7 figures. It's all in your excitement. So in this instance, Amy, you're going to use your leader to be able to, tell them about the business. And I think perfect, that's fine. And then ZH has a comment, and I love that. I think this is something that, was it Brandon Boyd that said that? I think it was, wasn't it? Is a 3-digit figure going to stop you from making millions? Or was it David? I can't even remember now. But is a 3-digit figure. People look at 235, forget that. People look at the elite package, for example, $325 even. It's a 3-digit number, but because they might not have the time or the money or whatever it is, they stop that. They let that figure stop them from making millions. And I think that's so powerful, because look, this company can give you so much in terms of not just the income. Oh, it was Gary McSween, that was it. Yeah. Gary McSween on the Leadership Academy on Saturday said that a 3-digit figure stops most people from earning 6, 7 figures. Imagine how many of you are on the call. Imagine you said no, but then a few years later, you could be making 6 figures. Okay, let me give you a real life example. Imagine Jay Palmer. He's only 20 years old, and he started the business when he was, 18, when he just turned 18. Imagine if he said no, because it was 3 digits, 235 or 325, whatever he paid, and he said no. In 2020, he would not have seen 6 figures. Isn't that crazy? What about Manny Keenan's? Manny Keenan's is the harmonic scanner king. He was a failed trader for 2 years, but imagine he said no. He would not see 7 figures. He's a multi 6, 7 figure trader, but he would not have seen that. Okay, so I hope that's really helped everybody. I'm going to wrap it up because it's about 6:45 now in the UK. We've been on for about 40 minutes. So if there are any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the chat box, or what you can do is message me, message Dr. Jav or any of your leaders, and let's make it work. Because honestly, the month of April, like David said, is going to be the biggest month in your business to date. Okay, this is the month where you're going to see overflow, momentum, volume is going to explode in your business this month. Mark my words, record this if you want to, but this is going to be your biggest ever month to date. So let's make it happen. Let's make it work. I hope we're